What is good, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Dugouts, and this is your match preview for Chelsea versus Wolves. And it's the last Premier League fixture before the international break, that dead 2 weeks that we always have to go through, where we're waiting for the Premiership, the Champions League to come back. So we need to go out and we need to end on a good note because it's been such a topsy-turvy, inconsistent time with this football club, most recently with the draw to Qarabag. But we are coming up against a Wolves team that they shocked us, man. They shocked us in the last game. They didn't play the way that Maresca expected, the way that even I expected them to play. I thought low block from minute 1 all the way to minute 90 and try and see if they can catch something on the counter. And initially they did do that. But second half, completely changed. High, intense, aggressive pressing. And they pegged us back, man. They pegged us back and they made the defence look shambles, man. Shambles. And to, win that game 4-3, being comfortably 3-0 up at half time, it was a massive shock. The performance was awful. And obviously the Wolves manager's been sacked. But the backroom staff, the assistant coach, they're all still the same. So I don't expect too much change in the way that they set up the system, even the personnel. Maybe Strand Larson might come in, in the previous fixture, he wasn't up. But again, that could also change the way that they press if they're going to approach the game the same way, because the players that they had on, they engaged that high intense press. But they basically created their own blueprint of how to get a result potentially against us. And I don't want to hear Maresca coming out after the game saying, oh, they didn't play the way that we expected. We've seen that they can do a low block, not to a great extent, but they can do it. Or they can, engage and change it to a higher press and come at us and get in our face. So we need to be able to adapt to that. And I hope that game against them in the Carabao Cup, it was an eye-opener for Maresca and the players to approach this game not just one way. Have a backup plan if it's not going the way that you want. Injury-wise, Lavia, of course, gutting. I'm gutted for the guy. I am. I don't know if it's a new injury. I don't know if it's a recurring injury. We're waiting for some more information. He's still having scans, but it's potentially months. And the guy can't catch a break. I feel sorry for him. I really do. And not only do I feel sorry for him, I feel sorry for Moises Caicedo because we are light in that midfield department. Asugo's out, Lavia's out. We are one more injury away in that midfield department to not being able to rest Caicedo or Enzo at all. They have to play every single minute. And that's slightly worrying. So that's why the talk of the January market maybe going in for a midfielder. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath on that one. We'll wait till he gets to Jan. Neto, it's a 50-50 fitness test. See if he's available. We'll only know if he's on the pitch or if he's on the bench, if he was actually fit enough. It's one of those players, again, similar to like Caicedo, where you hear some injury news, he's out for a little bit, and then suddenly he just reappears, even though the news prior to it weren't so great. So I'm kind of feeling like he is going to be available, even if it's on the bench today. But other than that, Cole Palmer's obviously still out. Boy, do we need him back soon. Colwill, Badiashile, the Sugos, those players are still out. Other than that, everybody else should be fit and ready to go. Now, the big question mark, the topic that I've been speaking about and a lot amongst the fan base has, the massive amounts of rotation. Not rotation in general, because players will, there will be players that will come in each game. There is elements of small rotations needing to be done in squads for every game. I understand that. But it's the massive amounts, 8 to 10 changes every single game. Do I think Maresca's going to approach this game in the same way? 100%. I feel like he's going to approach it exactly the same way. We will probably see almost a brand new 11 bar a couple of additions from the Qarabag game like the Sanchez and that will be involved in this fixture. But I am expecting a heavily rotated side. So with that being said, let's get into my starting 11 and what I think Maresca will go with for this fixture. Right, in goal, Robert Sanchez. I did sort of have the question of would Jorgensen start, being that Sanchez started 2 games in a row, and we've seen Jorgensen start in the Champions League, but he didn't start the Qarabag game, which was quite a surprise to all of us. We thought Maresca was taking it seriously. We know how that went in the end. So there could be an argument for Jorgensen, but for me, goalkeepers is one of those positions you don't need to change every game unless he's carrying an injury, which Sanchez is not. So keep Sanchez in. He's done all right this season. Apart from the Man United game, there's no real moment I'm thinking in my head like bozo moment. He needs to be out of the team kind of thing. So Sanchez comes in, right back, Reece James. Now, question mark, he can't play 3 games in a row. Maresca said he can. So, with that information, I'm going Reece James in that right back position. But again, it could very well be Malo Gusto. But for me, Reece James, centre back pairing. Now, I can't be a hypocrite in this one because I'm calling for consistent pairing. And the centre back position is one of those positions that I want some consistent pairing in. So in my heart, I want Josh to start because I feel sorry for him. Like, why is he not even getting on the pitch when he's been our best centre back for the last month or so? But for the sake of consistency and the fact that Fofana and Chalobah both had a good game against Tottenham, I would start them in this game as the centre back pairing. Alongside them, Marc Cucurella. Moving into the pivot role, again, consistency. They seem to be okay. I know they're still the Errol. They're not fully fit and they're training here and there, not training every day. But I still think we have to play Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo in that midfield. Top 4 it's looking shaky at the moment. It's so many teams competing for it. The points gap is minimal. We need to be playing our best players. We need to be playing the best team we can in order to get the results, even against teams like Wolves, because you cannot take teams lightly in this Premier League. We've seen it. We've seen upsets already. So we need to take it seriously. So for me, Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo in the pivot. In the 10, I'm going to go João Pedro. But I need a performance from him in this game because if not, he's got to have some time out of the team because he is hindering us at the moment. Obviously, he scored against Tottenham. I thought that was going to be a catalyst to him to push on and drop another stellar performance. He got the surprise start against Qarabag, which I didn't think he was going to get. I thought it would be Buonanotte, but he didn't look good in that game either. He was stinking up the shop. So I need him to have a good performance here. I'd love him to get another goal and bring that confidence even, higher so we can see the João Pedro that we saw in the Club World Cup because he's been missing for quite a long time. I am going to put that down a little bit to the Cole Palmer thing because I think Cole Palmer brought out the best in João Pedro. So, like I said, man, Cole Palmer, we need you back, buddy. We need you back. Left-hand side, Garnacho. Scored again. He seems to have better cameos coming off the bench, and United fans will probably agree with this because they've always said that he's been better off the bench. But he's starting to find his feet. Same with Gittins. They're starting to find the feet. Although a little bit slow, they're still getting there. And if he's scoring, he deserves to be on the pitch because the main thing at the end of the day, what's going to win you games is goals. So if he can keep maintaining this goal scoring form, love him to go out and get another goal today. It's only going to benefit us moving forward. And hopefully we'll start seeing a little bit more from Garnacho and the likes of Gittins. Right-hand side. This is the question, innit? I know, and you know, who we all want it to be. And I hope, based on Maresca's comments, it is going to be the case. Obviously, you have the argument with Pedro Neto right now, but being that he has been injured, he's needed to be rested, and even up until Friday, it was not guaranteed. We weren't sure. We still need to do a fitness test. I wouldn't risk starting him. I would put him on the bench if he is available. So for me, please start Steve-O. He is our most influential, most on-form attacker right now, and we don't have the luxury of bypassing games and not picking up maximum points. And in order to pick up those maximum points, you've got to have your most informed, best players on the pitch. So for me, Steve-O, he starts on the right-hand side, and up top, Liam Delap. Get him more minutes, get him a goal, get his confidence up. Don't want to see I don't want to see Tyreek George in a number 9 again, ever. The Mark Yu thing, yeah, I think that one's done. I'll be very surprised if we see him again. Maybe the odd 10-minute cameo at the end of the game to give Delap a rest, but got to start Liam Delap. We've got to get his confidence up. We need our strikers on form and scoring goals, at least going into this international break. Because after that, Burnley, Barcelona, Arsenal. We need to have players in form, and our attacking players especially. But that's my lineup, guys. Let me know in the comments below if there's anyone in this squad that you would take out and replace. Drop it in the comments below. Right, score prediction time. How do I think this one is going to go? What do I think the score's going to be? I don't think it's going to be anything like the Carabao Cup game in terms of a 4-3. Don't think there'll be that many goals in it. Chelsea would have learnt a lesson. Wolves would have probably learnt a lesson in not to be so open, maybe like they were in the first 45. So there could be some conservative parts of the game, which again is going to kill the goals. But I do think we will get the result. I do think we will win. And I'm going to say it's going to be 3-1 in this game. So still a few goals in there. If Steve-O starts, Steve-O scores. I think he's going to maintain and keep that form up, and he will score another goal. And I think he's going to get an assist. Liam Delap will score. And I've got a feeling Caicedo's going to score, because I hadn't seen a Caicedo goal for a while and I kind of miss it. So Caicedo, please score another worldie for me. 3-1. Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. But that's all from me, guys. If you're enjoying the content, smash up the likes, subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.